guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Tyler, this is Bobby. We are going to be reviewing the Glock 48 and the Glock 43X, and we'll be making some comparisons to the Glock 43. These are the two new ones, of course, if you didn't already know. Bobby, why don't you tell us some of the similarities about this?
Okay, well before we get started, let's go ahead, even though we've got them locked to the rear, we'll go ahead and show clear on all these and make sure that we are dealing with unloaded weapons. You see that I'm good to go here?
You're good?
Good to go?
Good.
Good. As Tyler said, we're going to talk about the differences as well as what these firearms have in common, especially the 43 and the 48, because we have a lot of people that are asking about these weapons and wanting to know a little more about them. So today, hopefully, when we get finished, you'll know the differences between the three, what they have in common, and all that good stuff. So we'll start off with the 43X and the 48 and what they have in common. They both have a 10+1 single stack 9mm magazine. They have exactly the same frame. So you see the black portion of both these firearms. The frame is exactly the same. As you can see here, also on the grip, it does not have the finger grooves. It's like the 43 in that respect, and it doesn't have those, nor does the 48. Either one of these have those. The magazines are interchangeable. The magazine for the 43X will work in the 48 or vice versa, so there's no problem there. The recoil assembly for the two is exactly the same. Even though you've got a little bit of a difference as far as barrel length is concerned, the recoil assembly is exactly the same. The only difference in these two, the 43X and the 48, is the 43 has a 3 1/4 inch barrel and a 6-inch slide. The 48 has a 4-inch barrel with a 6 3/4 inch barrel. It has this mock dust cover here that allows it to run the same recoil spring and same recoil assembly as the 43X, and a matter of fact, as the 43 does. So those are some of the things that these weapons have in common, as well as some of the differences.
Now are these magazines interchangeable with these?
These magazines are interchangeable amongst themselves, not with the 43,
right,
but with the 43X and the 48, both those magazines are interchangeable.
Okay.
And right now, the only colors that we can find that are available in these two firearms is the black with the silver slide, but I would venture to guess it's just going to be a short period of time before those are available in a lot of other color options.
Oh, yeah. Then of course the holster, because the slide setup is exactly the same, the holsters that are already fit for the Glock 43 will be perfect for the Glock 43X.
And as you said, the 43, we'll compare the 43 and the 43X to each other as well. Now, the 43X and the 43 both have exactly the same upper. So the upper assembly for both, matter of fact, you could take the slide off this one, the 43X, and put it on the 43 or vice versa. The frame itself is where the difference comes in. Of course, 6+1 magazine for the 43. Even if you get the little pinky extension, it's still a 6+1. On the 43X, it's a 10+1. So you've got a little more place for a grip, a little more room for your hand down here. Now the magazines for the 43 are not interchangeable with the 43X. This 43X magazine will not take the 43, nor will the 43 accept the 43X magazine. So those won't work, which I thought was a little bit odd.
And that would have been cool, because you can just get one of these 10-round magazines and just have it for the 43 when you have to get the 43X to have the same feel for it.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a caliper to be able to tell the exact difference between the two, but you can tell that just simply looking at the 43X, that the frame and the grip just seems a little bit wider than does just the 43 itself. So you get more rounds with the 43X. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the 43. The 43 is a great weapon, but I think this 43X was meant to possibly deal with that, give us some more magazine capacity to hopefully, I think in Glock's mind, maybe compete with the SIG 365 or the Shield 9mm. But absolutely outstanding weapons. We haven't had the opportunity to fire them yet, but just what we've been able to handle them here, and research we've done on them thus far has been all been positive that we've had so far.
They're very popular. I really like this 43X. I mean, when I put my hands on this one, my hand is fairly big, so it fits perfectly for this 43X, but whenever I place my hand on the 43, you can see that my pinky kind of wraps around the bottom. It doesn't really have much to grip onto. Now you can get some extensions to obviously help you out there, but when it's already kind of built in, and then you have the 10+1 instead of the 6+1, you really just got a good setup already with this.
Right. So you don't even have to have any kind of an extender on that to feel comfortable with your fingers, correct? So you
I mean, this is solid just like it is. And then the price on it, I mean, is just as comparable to the Glock 43. So, and that's new. So
I really like the front serrations. These serrations on the front of the front of the slide.
Yep.
And comparing again the 43X and the 48, you can see. And maybe Tyler can get in shot in here in just a second. But you can see the front of the muzzle here, or I'm sorry, the slide itself. The front of the slide is sort of beveled.
So the 43X and the 48 have the same fixed sights as the 43. So you're looking at the same thing. The night sights are still replaceable. So if you have the night sights on the 43, the same night sights will work on the 48 and the 43X.
So hopefully, guys, this has been able to answer some of the questions as far as what these all have in common and what they don't. We are going to do some comparisons today. We just want to stick with the Glocks, the 43, the 48, and the 43X. Here in a few days, hopefully, we're going to do a comparison with some of these weapons in the SIG 365 as well as the Shield 9mm.
Guys, we're going to do a poll. Are you interested in the 48, the 43X, or the 43? Have you thought about getting one? What are your opinions on it? Leave us in the comments, and we'll put a poll up here on our Facebook video, and let us know what you think about them.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Everybody stay safe. Have a great day.
Yep. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also on YouTube now. So, see you guys.